Hello everyone, welcome back to your channel. Today we are diving into a game-changing financial strategy called infinite banking. Ever wish you could be your own bank, control your money and build wealth at the same time? That's what infinite banking is all about. In the next 8 minutes I will break down what it is, how it works and why it might be the key to your financial freedom. Stick around and don't forget to hit that like button and then subscribe for more money tips. So, what is infinite banking? Well, the infinite banking, as its core, it's a strategy that lets you act as your own banking, as or your bank. So, using a specialty designed whole life insurance policy, uh, which is needed for this strategy to be implemented. Sounds weird, huh? Let me explain. Infinite banking popularized by Nelson Nash, using the cash value of whole life insurance policy to create the personal financing system. Instead of borrowing from traditional banking for a big purchase like a car or a house or even a business investment, you borrow from yourself, specifically from the cash value of your policy. Here's the kicker: while you are borrowing, your policy continues to grow through guaranteed interest and dividends, depending on the insurance company. Plus, the money you borrow is a tax free and you set the repayment terms. It's like having a saving account you can borrow from without stopping its growth. How does it work? Let's break it down into simple steps. First, you purchase a whole life insurance policy, ideally one designed for infinite banking with a focus on high cash value growth. You pay premiums into the policy, which builds up cash value over time. Think of this as your personal money pool. And then, when you need the funds, say for a new car or to start a business, you take a loan against your policy cash value. The insurance company lends you the money using your cash value as collateral. Also, the next step would be your policy keeps earning interest and dividends even on the portion you have borrowed against. This is what make it really infinite. So you repay the loan to yourself on your own terms, and that money goes back to in your policy, ready for the next opportunity. So it's great. So you borrow from it and you pay it from your terms. How much you want to pay on free which time frame. So for example, let's say you have paid $10,000 a year into your policy for 5 years. Your cash value might be around $50,000 depending on the policy. So let's say you needed $20,000 for down payment for your house. So you borrow it from your policy, and while you repay it, your cash value keeps growing as if the 20,000 was still there. So what are the pros and cons to this basically a strategy? And why we should consider infinite banking. Here are the really benefits. The first is a control. You decide how and when to use your money without bank approval. Another one is a tax advantages. So your loans from your policy are tax free and the cash value grow tax deferred. Also another pros is a flexibility. You use the money for anything: business, investment, or even emergency. And also the legacy. The policy death benefit provide for your family if something happens to you, God forbid. But it's not perfect. I mean, there are some risks. So the first one is upfront cost. So whole life insurance premiums are higher than the term life. The second is a time, so it takes years to build significant cash value, and also the complexity that you have there. So you need a a properly designed policy, and a good financial advisor to avoid pitfalls. Uh, if I want to give you a real life example, let's say imagine Sarah. She's a 35-year-old business owner. She's been paying into her infinite banking policy for 10 years now. Her cash value is now $100,000. She wants to buy a $30,000 car. Instead of getting bank loan with 5% interest, she borrows from her policy at a lower rate, say 33%. She repays that loan uh, by the terms that she basically create, while the money that is in her policy still grows. By the time she's done, she's paid off the car, her cash value is higher than ever, and she's ready to fund her next big idea, all without a traditional bank. So now you might ask me, is infinite banking good for me? Well, infinite banking isn't a get rich quick scheme, so it's a long term strategy for those who want control over their finances and are willing to commit to it. If you are disciplined, patient, and want to break free from traditional banking, it could be a game changer. But always consult with a financial advisor who specializes in infinite banking to make sure it fits your goals. Okay, thank you very much. And that is for today's video. What do you think about the infinite banking? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let me know what finance topics you want next. If you found this helpful, give it the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.